Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Mormon Movie Reviews, where LDS movie lovers belong. I am your humble host, D-Days, and today is December 26, 2022. This is episode 73, and we will review Sons of Provo, released in 2004. This has a running time of 1 hour and 33 minutes. It's rated PG, and it's a comedy/mockumentary. This review works best if you've seen this film before, though that's not required, and a spoiler alert. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at mormonmoviereviews@gmail.com. Will and Danny Jensen are brothers, and the film begins by interviewing their goofy parents. They talk about Will and Danny's youth pageant championships and their singing abilities. Will and Danny's parents can't sing, but their sons can really rock the vocal pipes. Here's Will Jensen, played by Will Swenson, who's also the director of the film. He's an aerobics instructor and is popular with the ladies. He's seen with a different blonde girl in every single scene. Will is the mastermind behind the Utah-based boys band Sons of Provo, aka Everclean. Now, his brother here, Danny Jensen, played by Danny Teravish, is an ice hockey player and has a life philosophy that is a fusion of Buddhism and Mormonism. His introductory interviews are done in front of a poster of Ozzy Osbourne and Donnie Marie Osmond. Whenever he has a moral dilemma, he just asks himself, what would Donnie and Marie Osmond do?
WWD and MD. What would Donnie Marie do? I mean, within 2 to 4 weeks, I always have an answer.
Will and Danny Jensen are the remaining members of an LDS boy band from Provo, Utah that recently lost its third member because of artistic reasons. The Jensen brothers begin the search for a new third member of their band, and they're willing to audition just about anybody. They begin by posting flyers and holding auditions in their own house, but after that fails, they start searching local plays and even baseball games for singers of the national anthem. They eventually decide on Kirby Heyborne, played by Kirby Heyborne, and recruit him for the group. Kirby is a scrapbooking specialist who works at Daisy Cutter Scrapbooking Company. His CTR ring is his most important possession. He's really spiritual.
O-R-A-E-O-U.
Nice use of the vowels. Will you join our band?
Yes, he will. Now, the group needs a manager, so Will and Danny hire their nephew, who's older, Grayson Jensen, played by Peter Brown, for the job. The first gig that Gray books for them is as the targets of a pie-throwing booth at a local fair. They sing while being nailed by dessert confections. They are not at all pleased with their manager. Their second gig is at a local wedding reception in a church gym. The gymnasium is partitioned off so that half is for a wedding reception. When they begin to perform, one of the microphone stands collapses and a Boy Scout troop begins to shoot hoops in the other end of the gym. Kirby turns up the music to overpower the sounds of the basketball playing, and that causes a feedback loop. The bride and the groom, they are ticked off and they storm out. The group, they have to end their performance early and they end up firing their manager. What a huge, horrible mess. Everclean decides that they need to up their game, so they hire a professional choreographer, a local ballet instructor, Yvonne Balschweiler, played by Maureen Eastwood. She insists on them working hard without any back-talking. Luckily, they're able to land their first album. They record it in the studio and get some paying gigs, and it doesn't take long until they have a tour starting in Salt Lake City, which includes Logan, Salem, and Moscow, Idaho.
Sons of Provo, this is who we are.
I'm sorry. Diction, guys. Diction. Spit the words out. Diction.
I can't, Will. I can't spit out words when there is a stupid little black microphone in my way. I'm trying to make my way to this.
Kirby?
I'm trying to make my way to this microphone.
Now, during their tour, the reservations they had made for the Days Inn in St. George, it was lost, and there's no room at the inn. And this means that they have to camp out that night in the Red Hills in Utah with a short campfire song named I Am Called Buttercup. The following night is the first concert where they let Kirby sing lead vocal in the song Spiritual as Me. Sometime after this performance, they read a review in the newspaper which pans their performance. But it was written in such a highbrow manner that they hilariously think that it's actually a good review. The tour continues at Utah State University, where Kirby loses his CTR ring down a drain just before a performance. In one of the earlier interviews, he conveys how important it is to him. He can be seen clearly performing below par. During the performance, the replaced band manager gets someone to retrieve the ring, which she returns to Kirby on stage. One of my favorite songs that they perform in this concert is entitled Don't Drink.
No, don't even think about it.
How about a mochaccino latte?
No, don't even think about it.
Maybe a nice casserole?
Better for you, don't you doubt it. You gotta keep your body clean. Let's shout it. Keep your body clean.
Keep it squeaky.
Yeah. Let's shout it. Keep your body clean. Let's shout it.
Good stuff. Now, their next performance is at the Jensen family reunion. It will be the first time the band has seen Grayson since he was fired. When they encounter each other, they're surprisingly cordial. Everclean performs at the reunion to some applause. Then Grayson introduces the singing group that he has been managing for the past few months, named Moose Butter, an actual a cappella comedy group who performs to wild applause.
There's some for every letter of the alphabet, a sound from you, a sound from me. There's some for every letter of the alphabet, a sound from A to Z. There's some for every letter of the alphabet, a sound from you, a sound from me. There's some for every letter of the alphabet, a sound from A to Z.
Wow, that was a little bit awkward. Now, the final stop of Everclean's tour ends up in Centerville High School in Provo, Utah, where the Jensen brothers actually went to high school. While practicing for the performance, Will doesn't appreciate that a high school junior is managing the technical aspects instead of a senior. This escalates into an argument between the band members, which actually breaks up the band. Now, the band manager finds Will and convinces him to listen to a secret tape that Kirby has made of a song that Kirby wrote and wants to perform. Will then apologizes to Danny, and they both call up Kirby, who's listening as they leave a message on his answering machine. The brothers actually practice Kirby's song just before the performance, not knowing if Kirby will show up. But the third boy band member does show up, and Will admits that the group can't get along without him. The last scene is a performance of Kirby's song by Everclean, with Will and Danny singing backup. This awesome movie is in the vein of Spinal Tap. This is the funniest LDS comedy that I have ever seen. Every single scene is hilarious. It is literally a laugh a minute. I watched Sons of Provo several times for this review, and it seriously gets better every single time. I am just a huge fan, and I cannot say enough good things about director Will Swenson's comic LDS masterpiece. I also adore the musical soundtrack. I recently shared it with my kids on the way to an appointment, and they were hooked. The music is not just funny, it's really, really good. They just nailed the boy band genre, and I am an Everclean fan for life. Now, thanks so much for joining me to review this film. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And join us next time for another episode of the Mormon Movie Reviews, where LDS movie lovers belong, in which we review that which was lost. So long.